They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone stallion with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, Kimby, pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in primetime is on you.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And the Rams at 500 hit 6-6. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
Well, the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw going to be taken in by Cole. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Keelan Cole with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that. Only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
It's complete to Cole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Drake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll buy some time right. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
From talking with defensive backs and their coaches over the years, they hate to see 4 guys in a route like this because the safeties are often occupied. It creates indecision. They're unsure about who goes with who. And the quarterback, he just reads the most vulnerable safety and takes advantage of it for a big play here.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Carr, a handoff here to Drake.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And running running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Jacobs. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On play action, it's Carr. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Rams 3.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. Their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
On 2nd and very short, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
32.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. This is intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. In trouble, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing is Stafford. Man open. It's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
And Gay knocks this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So 3 points here. They're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the half.
Anything helps when they're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their pass.
There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And 1 play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Williams loses the football, and I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run toss to the right with Drake. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity...
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Williams. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Hey, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Stafford to his #1 guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now a run up the middle to Drake. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Injuries in Drake's first year in Las Vegas held him to his fewest games in a season ever and his fewest yards since his rookie year. 2022 can offer Drake a do-over to become that backfield complement to Josh Jacobs that Las Vegas was hoping for when they signed him.
Now a play fake. Carr. And caught. Right side. Green. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 20.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Now Carr. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Williams to return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Chandler Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. A give, running right is Akers. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They snap it to Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Right back to Drake. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He corrected.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a throw here, hauled in. He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Troy Hill picks it. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run.
And now here's another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the ring. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Stafford. And the Raiders have got him. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Stafford.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Duron Harmon. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because it just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Las Vegas,
it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. Ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dollar sign. Tap on my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends, run it up. Sit down with my chest, run it up. No, I will not bend, run it up. Gang time in it, gang time. I don't follow trends, sit down with my chest. I will not bend.
It's alright, man. Cool, I been going there like the positive. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zone, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the $100, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody they acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you've been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party one o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the lead, but you ain't hooping around and tear out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, the only thing you do is veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no time cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk dog, it's a room full of brines. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, make the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply.